Alright, these are custom Minimates that you can make from other Minimate parts. The Game of Thrones edition. A couple things I want to say first. I'll try not to say any spoilers, but you might see some characters that you don't know yet if you haven't watched both seasons. And this is going to be mainly on the HBO show, not the books. Although some characters might look more like the book characters and some more like the TV show. It's hard to find parts, you know, like armor and stuff for Minimates. There's not a lot of knights and stuff out there besides like Arthur in the Marvel vs. Capcom. So you got to use a lot of Thor parts, you know, Thor movie or just Thor characters in general. What else? Like different Iron Man costumes, like the non-traditional ones that are more silver. I used a lot of Cylon extender pieces to make people taller, and some slipper pieces to make people shorter too, like the kids or the dwarves. The dwarf, there's only one dwarf. It's the Game of Thrones. Alright. Well, we got a lot to get to. But first, I think I'm going to start with the Lannisters, because they always pay their debts. So, first up, on the left is Cersei Lannister, and she's basically the woman from the werewolf set from Universal Monsters, the box set. And also Lady Loki for that like fur piece around her. The cup is from Doctor Doom. And the hair, you can see it's sort of short hair, she might have long hair, is from Doc Connors from the new Spider-Man movie. Next to her is her brother, Jaime Lannister. Very handsome. He has the Century from Marvel for the face, and Odin from the Thor movie for armor. Let's see. I don't know. I think there's a Cylon piece in there. I sort of just mixed and matched parts. You know, you could really just take any of these and switch them up. Use whatever you got. Then we got Joffrey. Is he a Baratheon? Is he a Lannister? I don't even know those parts. I think that's James Howlett for the shirt. And I took his shoes away from him because those are short shoes. And I put them on somebody else. I think I put them on one of the Stark kids. Yeah, I don't remember the face. That might be Back to the Future for the face. Then we got the father, Tywin Lannister. And that is, I think that's a variant Thor for the face. And then Arthur from Marvel vs. Capcom for the body. I've used a couple of those. Maybe those are Iron Man's shoes, one of the Iron Men. And then there's a little gold sash in there. It's kind of hard to see with this light, but that's from Mirror Star Trek Captain Kirk. Then we got Tyrion Lannister, who's using Giant Man's slipper shoes to make him shorter, because he is short. I think he's got little dreadnought from Marvel for a little more something on the legs there, and the dress piece is a Cylon, like retro Cylon from Battlestar Galactica, and his little V shirt piece is from a hand ninja from Marvel. I'm not really sure about a lot of these faces and hair pieces. You know, I just kind of throw them in a bucket. Then we got Bronn, who is not a Lannister, but he is Tyrion's very close friend. And he is using Vigo the Carpathian from Ghostbusters for the shirt piece. Some black gloves, probably from Calico Jack with those gauntlets. I think that's an Iron Man face. Looks like, kind of looks like the dude from Death Wish. Don't know about the hair, and I think those brown like boot pieces I got from World War Hulk. Then we got a Lannister cousin, Lancel Lannister, using Janos from Ghostbusters for that face, and Thor, one of the newer Thors, for the hair. Use a lot of gold with the Lannisters because they're the richest. That chest piece is from an Atlantean guard from Marvel. I think some Thor shoes, and I'm not sure what else. Alright, then we got the Hound in the Mountain. They gave the Hound one of the best swords because he's one of the best fighters. This is when we sort of I get a little bit weird with the creativity. I used some halo pieces for armor for both the brothers, Sandor and Gregor. They're both brutes. I think they're like, one's a chieftain and one's something lower than a chieftain. And then you'll see I used another one later for Robb Stark, but I figure they're just like, you know, it's some nice armor. You know, you won't get hit as much. These gloves are from a new Doctor Doom from Marvel vs. Capcom that came with Wesker. And the Hound's boots are from Ratchet and Clank. The face, I think, is the Angry Villager from Universal Monsters, one of my favorite mini-mates of all time. And the hair is from Mickey Rourke from Expendables. But I suppose you could also use Whiplash from Marvel. Now the Mountain, I don't know where the mace is from. I think the like on the thigh, that piece, that's from a different Halo guy. And the boots are from Iron Man, I know. You know, I put some stuff on people's shoulders and tried to give them silver hands, you know, to be gloves. And that face, I think that might be Crimson Dynamo, maybe? You know, you just gotta look for people with mustaches and beards and rugged sort of characters. Now we got Barristan the Brave, also wearing the Atlantean guard armor, but he's got some gold on the side because he's a pretty seasoned warrior. It's a Lord of the Rings piece for the lower torso, and some Thor boots. It's got Back to the Future, one of the docks for the face, some gray hair. Then we got Maester Luwin, or wait, no, that's the other one. This is Pycelle, Maester Pycelle. He's got the boogeyman from Real Ghostbusters, and I don't know, I think that's Thor movie for some legs and, you know, white hair, white eyebrow kind of stuff because he's older. All right, now we got the King, but this is not the King as the King. This is Robert Baratheon, like in his prime. This is when he had the hammer. He's pretty unstoppable with his hammer. The book says that he's like 7 feet tall, so he'd be pretty crazy to go up against in a fight. And he's using Biff from, like, Western Biff from Back to the Future for the face. One of the newer Halo Covenant guys for the chest piece. I think he's got like an Iron Man like protocol droid, or one of those battle droid things from Iron Man for the torso, for the middle piece. Some more Halo, and then I think the boots are from Marvel vs. Capcom. It's the Bionic Commando guy, I think. The guy with like the metal arm, the bionic arm. Alright, now we got the Starks. On the left, that's Ned Stark. Is it Ned Stark, like the current Ned Stark, or Ned Stark in his prime, where he's fighting with his buddy Robert? Who knows? He's using a Wolverine face. I think that's from the movie, with Black Queen Selene for the hair. That's a X-Men 3 Juggernaut brown piece on his chest. The actual chest and the dress piece, that's from a newer Thor. I think that's some sort of Iron Man arms, and those things on the shoulders are from Halo. And then next to him we got Catelyn Stark from the Tully side of the family. She's using, I think, Aunt May from the new Spider-Man movie for the face. I'm not sure, but the hair and the cloak, that's both from Age of X Rogue. And I used a Sharpie, brown Sharpie over the gray hair to make her look a little bit younger. Not that she's, super young, but she didn't have gray hair. And I think that's from, the chest is from Dana from Ghostbusters. Then we got the eldest Stark, Robb Stark, using a Vice President Baltar for the face, and a Wolverine movie for the hair. And now we got a Brute from Halo for the armor. I gave him good armor. I mean, who's to say how you could even tell any of these people apart if they actually made Minimates? So I kind of went with colors and tried to go more gray and blue with the Starks, and more gold and red with the Lannisters, and Baratheons more green and silver, and when you get to the Dothrakis it's more yellows and oranges and browns. He's got some black gloves, I don't know who from. I think a lot of Iron Man parts. Pick some swords. I didn't really have a lot of swords and stuff. Next we get Sansa Stark, who's got the chest pieces from Silver Fox. It might be too much of an older woman chest piece for Sansa Stark, but I'll let it slide. She's got some long red or orange hair, Tully style. I don't remember who it's from though. I don't really remember the dress or any of the parts are from. Then we got some of the kids. Well, the rest of the Starks, and Syrio Forel is hiding in there too. First up, with the giant eyes, the anime-like eyes, is Arya Stark holding a blade, her needle, which is provided by Sulu, swashbuckling Sulu from Star Trek. The face is from Zero or Mega Man from the Marvel vs. Capcom Minimates. I'm not sure who that brown chest piece is from. I want to say it's Battlestar Galactica, but I feel like it's not. It might be under like Biff or one of the Western kind of Minimates. And all these next four are all shorter. They're using the slipper feet. I think the black ones are from James Howlett's. Syrio Forel I just straight up gave the bottom of Beautiful Joe. You'll notice some of these. Like the blue shoes, that's from Ant-Man, the newer Ant-Man. I think like Mole Man's got some too. One of the Scolari brothers from Ghostbusters has one. Some Penguin from DC, Kidpool. Alright, so Syrio Forel, who really I broke a couple rules making him, because I usually try not to take apart my favorite Minimates to make guys, but he's got Tuco's face from The Good, Bad, and the Ugly, and Ramon's chest piece from Fistful of Dollars. So I really took some of my favorite Minimates apart, because those Western ones are great. And the hair is probably from Beyonder, I want to say. Some black gloves and belt piece. Alright, we got Bran Stark. There we go, Bran Stark. He's got hair like his father. I think that's just another Black Queen Celine. Don't know about the face. And I think the shirt is probably from one of the Calico Jack, maybe the bad guy, the guy with the eye patch. I'm not sure if that helps. Finally, we got Rickon Stark. I think that's a Battlestar, old, like classic Battlestar Galactica for the shirt. and Bride of Frankenstein for the arms. I don't know about anything else. Maybe, I want to say maybe that's Marty McFly's face. It's hard for me to tell these days. Then we got Jon Snow, who I think is a Kyle Reese face, and maybe Beyonder again for the hair. Then he's got this, like, the variant Sabretooth, like, coat piece. Really, a lot of the characters should have that, but there aren't really many Minimate parts. There's some stuff coming out with Thundercats that I could probably use later on, but for now, I think the his dress piece is from one of those Cronin rock guys from Marvel, and he's got a like a black thing around his chest. I think that's a backwards piece from maybe Terminator, maybe Sarah Connor had that on her. Continued with the Starks, the supposed Stark allies, is Theon Greyjoy. Always trust a Greyjoy, I think that's how the expression goes. I think he's using Wolfsbane. I think I just took off Wolfsbane, little Q on her hair. And he really doesn't have red hair, but, you know, taking a little license with the character. And some of these guys, I don't know if they really look like this. Like, I know Syrio Forel doesn't look like that in the book. I think that's a Ratchet chest piece with maybe some Thor movie, Loki from the Thor movie for the shoulders. And then probably some Iron Man parts. Then we got Hodor, who's using Wolverine movie Blob for the chest. Ray from Ghostbusters, like a weird Ray face from Ghostbusters, and Doc from Back to the Future for the hair. I think the dress pieces again from Lord of the Rings. It's like an oversized piece. Gave him the big hands, which you can get off of Beast. Maybe Blob has those too. And the feet, bigger feet, is from one of those newer Hulks, the one that had the like the black tank top. Then we got Asha, who's the wildling girl. That's just Lady Sif with some other parts. Some lesser characters, Jory, just an Iron Man basically, and the other Maester, Maester Lewin. Who we got? Oh, we also have the Dire Wolves, which is something new that I thought of, using Amaterasu from Marvel vs. Capcom, who normally looks like this, with the thing on top and the tail up. Rip the thing off, you might have to use your teeth like a dire wolf would. And I flipped the chest piece to the bottom. I kind of flipped both pieces over to make it more white. I mean, you can paint them later, but make them look how you want. And I also only have 5 right now. So Ghost, Jon Snow's direwolf, will be played by one of the terror dogs from Ghostbusters. And you can leave the tail up or down. It's up to you. You can paint them more. But the direwolves, that would be the army builders in the Stark wave. When all else fails, you gotta hire some locals, and that's Shagga. I want to say he's the son of Dolph. Do I remember that right? And he uses 2 battle axes. He's pretty important, right? And I gave him some Frankenstein shoes to make him taller. And I think that's the guy from the Thor movie, Volstagg. And Sabretooth for the face. The helmet is either Loki or Odin's. A lot more Thor movie. On to some Baratheons and Baratheon allies. Renly Baratheon. I think that's the Wasp's hair. You'll see he's next to Loras Tyrell. So you can hold hands. Loras Tyrell's got one of the new Ryus for the face. Vigo Carpathian's hair. And they're both using Thor movie Loki for the chest piece, and one of them is backwards. But even now, I couldn't even tell you which was which. On Loras Tyrell, he's got Loki's cape too, which you'll see I also threw in my Berserk guy, because he kind of fits the same Baratheon costumes. I don't really remember who Renly's face is, but then we got Stannis, who's all Iron Man. Something flipped backwards, I want to say. And Arthur for the shoulder pieces from Marvel vs. Capcom. Used a really angry face. Agent Coulson from Thor movie again for the receding hairline. He's next to his buddy, the Onion King, Davos Seaworth, who's using Arthur's face this time. The Calico Jack, I think the bearded pirate, I think that's where the chest is from. He's got a dress piece from Menace from Spider-Man. And I think those are Vigo's boots. Then there's like a backup Stannis. I don't really know what Stannis is supposed to look like, and that's just using some more parts. That shoulder thing is from one of the Femme Fatales. Who we got? Alright, now we got let's cross the Dothraki Sea. And we got Khal Drogo, maybe the best warrior in Game of Thrones. He's using, the hair is from Crimson Viper from Marvel vs. Capcom, and I had to use a black Sharpie over it because it's normally pink, I think. And I broke another rule with him. Just to make another cool character, I had to take Kraven's face. I took a pretty prominent Spider-Man villain. He's got a lot of villains, so I took his face. The chest piece is from Mike Hager from Marvel vs. Capcom. The hands are from Sabretooth, Age of Apocalypse. The dress piece, which I flipped backwards, but really doesn't have to be backwards, is from Scar from Marvel. He's got some Calico Jack boots, which are the best. Some orange pants, and the Indian from Calico Jack for the arms. Now we got the Targaryens. Start with Viserys, the last dragon, right? I think he's got a Doctor Doom like collar piece. The arms, which are really cool arms, are from the Halo Prophets, with some black gloves and gauntlets added on. I don't know about the hair. I think that hair is actually from number 6 from Battlestar Galactica. I don't know about the face or the chest piece. You gotta find a chest piece to match the Prophet arms. Then we got Daenerys Targaryen, the Khaleesi, mother of dragons. I didn't. Could have taken the dragon from Shadowcat, Kitty Pryde, Lockheed the dragon, put her next to her, but or Snarf. But I didn't think of that in time. I think that's Magic's hair from Marvel. Yeah, it's definitely Magic's hair. And the glove arm pieces, I think, are from maybe somebody from the Hellfire Club. The shirt piece is from the woman from one of the Western trilogies. And I think the rest of it is from Spider-Man 3. One of the girls from Spider-Man 3 is wearing that. In the background we also have some Dothrakis. You decide who's who. Some more army builders. And then last in this wave, or whatever we're going to call it, is Ser Jorah Mormont. What did I just say? I think that's Thor face. That might be the Eric Masterson face. And then Arthur, probably for the chest piece. I think that's Whiplash's dress piece. Some Calico Jack boots and Vigo's gloves. Almost done. A lot of characters. We got Littlefinger, Peter Baelish, who is using a Tony Stark face, Phantom X's jacket, some silver gloves. I think that's an Ultimate X-Men belt. Somebody from the Western Trilogy for the shirt. I think it's the older guy. And probably Reed Richards for the hair, Mr. Fantastic. Then we got Varys, the spider. He's using an older one of the earlier Wolverines for the face. And then Adrian's jacket from Rocky. You know, it's not much to him. And then finally, a zombie. You know, somebody past the wall on the left, and then on the right, somebody on the Night's Watch. You know, you just sort of need black clothing. You can build a Night's Watch for another army builder set. That's an Old Man Logan for the face with some Western Biff for the coat piece. And I think, you know, we got one more. What am I saying? I got one more. Probably my favorite character. She's from a little town called Tarth. Brienne of Tarth. Who is a big girl. Next to Joffrey. No relation. She's got a penance for the chest piece, which is flipped backwards, I think. Mole Man's cape. Sarah Connor for the face. You know what? This is Doc Connors from the new Spider-Man movie for the hair. That's Cersei Lannister had somebody else's hair. That might just have been the Wolfman, the girl from the Wolfman's hair. Come on, stand, Brienne. I think the brown gloves, I want to say, are from Ratchet and Clank. And the boots, maybe from an Iron Man character. But these are some Game of Thrones characters that you can use. Just take the ideas and build your own guys. We need some archers. There's like 5 different Hawkeyes and Green Arrow. Try Thor characters and Calico Jack characters. You know, if you need some pirates or the guy that comes with Calico Jack, Tom Brown. If you had a bunch of him, that could be like more of another faction of people. You know, the Tyrells or something. You could the Thor that actually came with this wolf. I have a bunch of those. That could be another faction too. Those could be an ally of the Starks or the Lannisters or whatever. But yeah, that's it. Go make some custom Minimates.